Hello everyone, welcome to Competitive Academia. This is our first video in the series of most important MCQs from Mahesh, Barnwal and GC Leong. So we are trying to cover the most important topic and more of topics which are included in the syllabus of geography, and we'll try to cover both these books very thoroughly. So let's get started. The first question is, the sun and not the earth is at the center of the universe. Who first introduced this concept? Here the correct answer is Copernicus. Copernicus gave the theory of heliocentric view. He proposed it in 1543. Claudius Ptolemy, he gave a geocentric view that earth is in the center and all the bodies revolve around it. We also have Edwin P. Hubble, who in 1925 AD said the universe has a diameter of about 2.5 billion light years and is composed of several galaxies like our own. So let's move to the next question. The exponents of the Big Bang theory are? The correct answer is D. George Lemaitre. As I have already discussed, Copernicus gave the heliocentric view. Alan Sanders has discussed about pulsating universe theory. It's very important to remember. So let's move to the next question. The third question is, the closest galaxy to our galaxy is? The correct answer is Andromeda. Andromeda is the closest to our galaxy, which is 2.2 million light years. Our galaxy is named as Mandakini, which has spiral shape. A group of stars, which is known as Milky Way, is seen in the night, is a part of our galaxy. The next question is, which of the following statements are true? Stars with mass greater than the Chandrasekhar limit are eventually converted into neutron stars. The next is, gradually the cooling star appears red color, which is called red giant star. This is a true statement. A star with less mass than the Chandrasekhar limit loses its nuclear energy and turns into a white dwarf. The fourth statement is, white dwarf finally converts into a black hole of unlimited density. So here if we see, the fourth statement is wrong. So we can easily eliminate this. But then also we have we need to know the third point. In the third point, a star with less mass than the Chandrasekhar limit loses its nuclear energy and turns into a white dwarf is a correct statement. I'm sorry, it's a wrong statement. It has to have the mass more than the Chandrasekhar limit. We can eliminate this. So the correct answer is 1 and 2. If the initial mass of a star is less than 1.4 times mass of the sun, then it ends its life as a white dwarf star, which is known as fossil star. White dwarf ultimately turns into a black dwarf. And that limit, 1.4 mass of the sun, is known as the Chandrasekhar limit. So let's move to the next question. Sun is the source of energy. So it's a very easy question. Nuclear fusion will be the correct answer. The next question is, consider the following statements. The part of the sun that is visible to us through the eyes is called the corona. The outermost portion of the sun, which is visible only during the solar eclipse, is called circle of illumination. So if you read the statements correctly, you will find that both the statements have been interchanged. So D will be the correct answer. The part of the sun that is visible to us is known as circle of illumination, and the part which is visible only during solar eclipse is known as corona. And generally the part of the sun that we see is known as the photosphere. The next question is, you have to find the incorrect statement. So let's see. When a storm of atoms dissipates from the photosphere of the sun, overcome its gravity and goes into the outer space, it is called a solar flare. This is a correct statement. So this cannot be the answer. The solar flare enters the Earth's atmosphere and produces aurora borealis and aurora australis. Correct statement. The black spots produced from where the solar flare originates are called sunspot. This is also correct. So we cannot eliminate this also. So we got our answer. The temperature of the sunspot is relatively low. That's why when there are more sunspots, the Earth is relatively cooler. So let's move to the next question. Which of the following planets orbit the sun from east to west? The correct answer is Venus and Uranus. Venus is the second closest planet to the sun and it takes around 225 days to complete its revolution. So let's move to the next question. You have to choose the incorrect statement from the following. The inner planet is made up of relatively heavy materials. This is correct. Jupiter is the largest in the solar system while Venus is the smallest. We'll see this one. Let's see the next statement. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune are called the great planet. This is correct because these are relatively larger in size. The next statement is Mercury and Venus are called terrestrial planets due to the position between the Earth and the Sun. This is also correct. So the planets which are in the inner side, that is Mars, Mercury, Venus, Earth, they are called as terrestrial planet. Apart from this, from Jupiter, we have the Jovian planets. And the first statement is also correct. Here, Jupiter is the largest in the solar system. This is correct, but Venus is not the smallest. Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system. The next question is, which of the following planets does not have a satellite? Here the correct answer will be C. Mars have a satellite. Mercury and Venus do not have. In the next question, you have to match the following. Venus is known as Earth's sister. Earth is known as blue planet. Mars is known as red planet and Jupiter is a Jovian planet. B will be the correct answer. The next question is, you have to consider the following and find out which statement is false. The first statement is Nix Olympia mountain, which is 3 times higher than the Everest, is located on Mars. Here, see, the statement can be twinged in the exam also, so be very careful. This is a correct statement. It is located on Mars. Venus is called the evening star or the morning star. It will be and. It is called as morning star and evening star. The natural satellites of Jupiter is the largest satellite in the Ganymede solar system. This is true. The above statement is false. So here none of the above will be the correct answer because all the 3 statements are correct. So let's move to the next question. You have to arrange the planet in increasing order of their size. So in the order of size, Mercury is the smallest planet, followed by Mars. First we have Mercury, then we have Mars. I'm talking about size. Then we have Venus, and which is equal to Earth. And then we have Uranus or Neptune. Then we have Uranus and then we have Saturn. So in terms of size, B will be the correct answer. Mercury is the smallest. In this arrangement, Mars, then Venus, then Neptune, and then Saturn. Question number 14 is very easy. You have to know the nicknames also of the planets. Here, which of the planet is known as lying planet? This is Uranus. Uranus will be the correct answer. The next question is, which among the following statements are correct? When the moon is closest to the earth, this situation is called perigee full moon. This is correct. When there are two full moons in a calendar month, the moon of the second full moon is called blue moon. This is also correct. You have to be very clear with blue moon, full moon, and blood moon, because this was in the news also recently. When 2 or more months are of blue moon in 1 year, this is called blue moon year. All the three statements are correct in this question. The next question is, which among the following statement is false? Atmospheric bodies are made up of dust and gas. When they enter the Earth's atmosphere, become ashes by burning with friction and are called meteors. Bodies. The next question is, the bodies which do not burn completely due to atmospheric friction and come to the Earth in the form of rocks are called meteorites. Here, the statements have been interchanged, so D will be the correct answer. Let's see how. Atmospheric bodies that reach the Earth's atmosphere by burning with friction is called as meteorites, and which do not burn completely are known as meteors. You have to know what the difference between asteroids, meteors, meteoroids, comets. These are very important. The next question is, asteroids are found between which two planets? It is a belt of asteroids which is found between two planets. This is Mars and Jupiter. We have between Mars and Jupiter. The next question is, which among the following is an incorrect statement? Please mark if you find any such thing which may lead your questions to be wrong. Earth rotates from west to east on its axis, which is called as rotation. Correct? So this cannot be the answer. There are days and nights due to rotation of the Earth. This is also correct. This is a very classic type of question. Earth rotates in its orbit and revolves around the sun in an elliptical orbit. This is also correct. The revolution in the elliptical orbit of the Earth is called daily motion. Here one word has been changed. The rotation on its axis is called as daily motion. The next question is, here you have to match the following. This is again one of the most favorite questions of state PCS and UPSC. Perihelion will be Jan 3, aphelion will be 4th July, summer solstice will be 21st June, and winter solstice will be December 21st. So A will be the correct answer. The next question is, the following statements contain, which of the following statement is a false statement? Days and night are always equal on the equator. This is a correct statement. During the period of 21st March to 23rd September, the northern hemisphere receives sunlight for 12 hours or more. This is again a correct statement. Sunlight is received for 12 hours or more in the southern hemisphere from 23rd September to 21st March. Correct. The condition of 21st March is called as autumn equinox, while the condition of September 23rd is known as spring equinox. This is wrong. March 21st is called as spring equinox and September 23rd is known as autumn equinox. So let's see the next question. Forces responsible for tide and ebb are. Tide and ebb are again important topics to understand. Here all of the above will be the correct answer. So ebb and tides are experienced in twice in 24 hours. We'll see more about this in the upcoming questions. Which among the following statement is true? The moon has more effect on ebb tide than the sun. When the sun, earth and moon are aligned in 90 degrees, then a high tide takes place. The highest tide of the world comes in Bay of Fundy. Ebb occurs every 24 hours, twice every. This is a correct statement I have already mentioned. So this is correct. This is also correct. The moon has more effect on ebb tide than. This is also a correct statement. Don't think that moon is small, so its attraction will be less. No, moon has more effect because of its closeness. When the sun, earth and moon are aligned in 90 degrees, then neap tide take place. Neap tide. Neap tide or low tides. Spring tides are known as high tides when the sun, earth and moon are in a straight line or in a syzygy. Then it is called as spring tide or high tide. When they are forming 90 degree, when the sun, earth and moon are forming 90 degree, then they bring about neap tide or low tides. So here 1, 3 and 4 will be the correct answer. The next question is, which of the following statement is false? Solar eclipse occur when the moon comes between the sun and the earth. When the earth comes between the sun and the moon, a lunar eclipse occur. A diamond ring can be seen at the time of full solar eclipse. Solar eclipse occur on every new moon and lunar eclipse on every full moon. Here D is the correct answer. Why? What is wrong with this? Because solar eclipse occurs on every new moon. It's not necessary that it will occur on it occurs on new moon, but not necessary. And lunar eclipse occurs on every full moon. So here every word is making it a wrong statement. Other three statements are fully correct. The next question is, the following is correctly matched. We have to find out. Equator 0 degree, Tropic of Cancer 23.5 north, Capricorn 23.5 degrees south, Arctic Circle 66.5. So all of the above will be the correct answer. The next question is, which of the following is an incorrect statement? The angular distance measured from the center of the earth to any point on a meridian north or south of the equator is called as longitude. The angular distance of a place to the east or west of the prime meridian is called latitude. The statements have been interchanged. The angular distance from the center of the earth to north or south meridian, it is called as latitude. And the angular distance to the west or east is known as longitude. So D will be the correct answer. Standard time of India is 82.5 degree east, which passes through Mirzapur in UP. I think you are very familiar with Mirzapur. The next question is, when did organisms first appear on Earth? So it will be Precambrian period. In the next question we have matching. Period of living organisms, fish age. So period of living organism will be Silurian period. Fish age is Devonian period. Period of big trees is Carboniferous period, and period of creeping organism, that is of dinosaur, reptiles, is Triassic period. So D will be the correct answer. The next question is, in which year did man come in his present form? So it's very easy and it's very too much heard also. So it will be Pleistocene period. The next question is, evidence of the internal structure of the earth is density. Yes, we read the density of materials to get evidence of the internal structure. Evidence of seismology like earthquake, volcanic action. That's correct. So D will be the correct answer. The next question is, evidence of the internal structure. So this has been repeated. We'll just cut this one. The highest element present in the Earth's crust is oxygen. Oxygen, so it's talking about Earth's crust. if we see in the overall earth, we have iron, but in the earth's crust we have oxygen, followed by silicon, then we have aluminium, and then iron. Please remember this. So let's move to the next question. Which of the following is an incorrect statement? About 98% of the earth's crust is made up of 8 major elements. This is true. Igneous rocks are also called layered rocks. We'll see. About 90% of the earth's crust is made up of igneous rock. Sedimentary rocks are widespread on about 75% of the earth's crust. So here layered rock is making this statement wrong, because sedimentary rocks are known as layered rocks or stratified rocks. The next question is, you have to match the following rocks with the modified form. Limestone is marble. Conglomerate is quartz. Basalt is schist, and gabbro is serpentine. So here B will be the correct answer. So let's move to the next question. Which of the following are sedimentary rocks? Limestone, sandstone, dolomite, all these are sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are also known as layered or stratified rocks, and organic matters play a very important role in the formation of these rocks. And sedimentary rocks can be mechanically formed, such as sandstone, conglomerates, clay rocks, shale and loess, or it can be organically formed like limestone, coal and peat. It can also be formed chemically like chalk, gypsum and salt. The next question is, the igneous rocks is A is the correct answer. Granite is an igneous rock. All these three are metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are formed due to the complete alternation in the appearance and constitution of pre-existing rocks due to change in mineral composition and texture through temperature and pressure. They are the hardest rocks and they do not contain fossil. If a statement comes about metamorphic rocks as whether they contain fossil, so it may look extreme, but this is a correct statement. They do not contain any sort of fossil. We have examples of metamorphic rock like slate, we have marble, we have quartz. All right. So let's move to the next question. The following is an untrue statement regarding the forces acting on the earth. Endogenous forces create abnormalities on the surface. Exogenous forces are the leveling forces. Apiorogenic movement are also known as mountain building, and orogenic movements are known as continent building. Compression and tension forces work in horizontal operation. So yes, if we look at the statement C, we find that this is changed. Apiorogenic movement are known as continental building and orogenic movement is known as mountain building. So let's move to the next question. When one arm of a turning bend breaks apart and falls apart and climbs on the other type of rock, it is known as nappe. It is something like this and it gets broken then. The next question is, consider the following statement. When the rocky column between two fault lines move down, then the fault valley develops. This is a correct statement. The ramp valley is formed when the column between fault lines remain in position but both sides rise up due to compressive forces. Here, both the statements are correct. This is also a correct statement. The next question is, consider the following statements. Horse mountain is formed when the column between the two faults remain the same and the pillars on the sides go down. When the columns of the edges of the two fault remain in the same and the middle column rises, then the block mountain is formed. So if we see this, in this question, D is the correct answer. Both the questions statements are wrong. C, horse mountain is formed when the two sides of a block of a fault remain at their places, but the middle block rises along the fault, then it is known as horse mountain. On the other hand, when the middle portion remains at the place and the other sides move downward, then it is known as block mountain. We have an example of block mountain in India like the Satpura mountains. In the internationally, we have Black Forest and Vosges in Germany, Sierra Nevada in the USA, Salt Range in Pakistan. So let's move to the next question. We have to find out the incorrect statement here. The terrain is about 29% of the earth, that is the terrestrial part. Correct. We have to find out the incorrect. So let's mark it. I usually make such mistakes, so please be very careful. This is a correct statement. The northern hemisphere has more land area than the southern hemisphere. This is also correct. Ocean expands on about 71% of the earth. This is also correct. It is believed that the continents are approaching each other. This is wrong. They are moving away from each other. Moving away from each other. The next question is, in the Carboniferous era, all the land blocks were connected as one large continent, namely Pangaea, and all the oceans were connected, which was known as Panthalassa. This Pangaea was surrounded by a vast ocean, which was known as Panthalassa. Then we also had Laurentia. Laurentia was part of the land, which was also known as Angara land. The northern portion of Pangaea was known as Angara land or Laurentia, and the southern portion was known as Gondwana land. So these two are part of this Pangaea. So let's move to the next question. Which of the following was not a part of Angara land? So C is the correct answer, because India was a part of Gondwana land. The next question is, the cause of the breakup of the great continent Pangaea was gravitational force. Correct. Convection current. Yes, convection current, which rises in the mantle and helps in the movement. And then we have tidal force also. So D will be the correct answer. The next question is, regarding the continent displacement of Wegener, the evidence is D. All these three are the evidence. Geographic homogeneity. Then we have evidence relating to various fossils. Then we have Carboniferous glaciation in the peninsular India, especially in the Chota Nagpur plateau. The Wegener suggested about the jigsaw-fit distribution of Glossopteris flora in India, Madagascar, South Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. Then of fossils of dinosaurs, lemmings. Lemmings was a small-sized fish which was found in Canada. So let's move to the next question. The plate tectonic theory was proposed by Harry Hess. Harry Hess in 1962. Wegener came up with the continental drift theory. We have discussed about George Lemaitre. So let's move further. Earth's crust is made up of many small and large plates which are made up of lithosphere. This is a correct statement. These plates float on the asthenosphere, which is made up of silica and magnesium. Correct. So C will be the correct answer. The next question is, the following consist entirely of continental plates. It will be Eurasian plate. The next question is, this is assertion and reasoning. Plate margins have active areas from the point of view of geological activities like earthquake, volcano. This takes place because of the plate margins being very active. Then we have seismic, volcanic and tectonic activities occur along the plate margins. So here A will be the correct answer. Both A and R are true, and R is the correct answer of A. Tectonically, the plate boundaries or the plate margins are the most important because all the tectonic activities like seismic events, volcanicity, mountain building, faulting, etc. occur along the plate margins. Plate margins can be of three types: constructive plate margin, destructive plate margin, and transform. So let's move to the next question. Consider the following statements. The edges of the diverging plates are also known as constructive margins. The edges of the converging plates are also known as destructive margins. So by the name, please do not get confused. This is true. Diverging plates are known as constructive margins and converging plates are known as destructive margins. Divergent constructive plate margins are also known as accreting plates. And destructive plate margins are also known as Benioffs. When the subduction takes place, when two plates collide with each other, the denser one, what it happens, it is subducted below the lighter one. The region where the subduction takes place is known as Benioff zone. This plate margin is also known as consuming plate margin. So let's move to the next question, the last question. Which of the following is an incorrect statement? The Rockies and Andes Mountains are formed by the deposition of the Pacific Ocean plate below the American plate. So this is a correct answer, correct statement. Mid-ocean middle ocean ridge or oceanic ridges is formed due to diverging plate. This is also correct. When two plates move parallel to each other, two such edges are called transform boundary. This is also correct. The Himalayan mountain is formed by colliding Indian plate and it will not be Australian plate, it will be Eurasian plate. So that's all for this video. We have tried to incorporate the most important questions which should not be left at any cost. So please go through these topics thoroughly and check your whatever you have studied through this videos. This will be very helpful for not only for UPSC but also state PCS. And also another thing, the similar video is also available in Hindi. So you can also go through this if this video is difficult for you. So you can go through that also. You can choose whatever is easy for you. Thank you for watching.